Hello everybody, welcome to another SCP video. Today I am going to show you how to make working elevators in SCP on computer. Now if you didn't see my last video, I told you guys how you would make it on mobile. And that video did pretty well and there were some people asking questions, so I'm going to do the tutorial. And then I'll answer some of your questions. So let's get to it. First, you're going to want to find, a nice building spot. So I'm going to start right here. You're going to do colon, load, space, and you're going to do doors with an S. D-O-O-R-S. Now, out of all these nice doors you could pick, you're going to pick this one. This one in particular goes up, and the buttons are nice together. It's just the one I usually pick. You don't have to pick that one. You can pick any other door. But this one works the best. So, what you're going to want to do, you're going to drag it to wherever you're building. Now, when you get here, you're going to click on your keyboard Shift-T. Now, you'll be able to select all the separate parts on this door. You're going to want to select this one. Not the door frame right here. This one. What's so special about this is it moves with the door. Now, I've seen some people use the frame, but it doesn't really work well because it stretches like really weird, and the model isn't like a flat model, so it's not really that great. So you're gonna drag this out, and you notice it still has collision, so it's all good. And now you're gonna go into this little cogwheel, or you can press N on your keyboard. You're gonna set the transparency to 0 so you can see it. Now you could color this anything you want. I'm gonna make it, I don't know, let's see. I'm gonna make it blue. Nice light blue. Now the lighting's just weird here, that's why you can't see it that well, but you can see it's all blue. Yeah, here we go. You can also change the material on it. I don't know, let's make it pavement. I don't know. Just looks pretty nice. Now what you can do is you could shape your elevator. And it's like so. Now, to duplicate these, because you're not going to want to be spawning in this, you're going to want to be using these invisible parts. So to duplicate it, you're going to either hit Shift-C on your keyboard, or you can press this little clone button right down here, and it'll has the keybind right under it. So let's go here, and then, like that. Now, what you'll notice is that when you click this button, the elevator does not move, right? Now, what you're going to want to do to get it to move, you go with the Z, or the move tool. I usually have my increment set to a 1 for this, just so it's more on point, I guess you could say. So you're going to want to click this door right here, and you're going to want to move it up 1, and then let go, and then move it down 1, and let go. And now the elevator might move down a little bit, like you just saw, but that's regular. You could, if you don't like how it is, you could just move it up again, but keep in mind, every time you move it, it resets to where it doesn't move with the door. So then, like I said before, we're gonna wait for this to go down. We're gonna select the door. 1, like that. And then, just for purposes so you can see it, I'm just gonna move it up like this. Okay. So now you'll see when you click this button, the elevator moves up with it. And if that's what you want, you could add materials and stuff like I showed you. And you could do that. And this could be used to create other moving parts and nicer doors and everything. Because you could use the invisible part to make custom doors. And it looks very nice if you do it right. So that's that. Now, a lot of people ask how you move these scanners. It's actually really easy. So you're going to want to get out of Shift-T mode where you can select everything separately. Because these little panels are actually 3 separate parts. The little scanner light, the scanner base, and the decal that's on the front there. So you're going to want to hit Shift-T so that you can see this entire thing. And it's actually really easy. You just click these little scanners, and you can move them about. So you can move them like right here, let's say. So that's, at the bottom of the elevator. Like that. And boom. So that's how you make an elevator. You could go crazy with that. do all sorts of things. Sadly, I'm pretty sure I've seen people do it, but these are like people who like don't share any of their methods. I've seen people get it in here, and I've tried welding it into here. It doesn't work. It breaks the elevator. I tried taking the scanning part and putting it in there. It didn't work, so I don't really know how those people do it. But if one of you guys know how to, tell me and I'll make another video on it. I'll give you credit and everything. I just thought I should mention that. I don't really know how to put this in there, and I can't find any tutorials on it. So now to the Q&A part. So the first comment I got of a question is, can you make how to weld parts? By user dy8ex6mk84. That's a mouthful. Okay, so to weld parts, you got, let's say, here, I'll take a red long bit like that, and I'll take this blue. Now you'll notice when you select them and you move it, the red doesn't move with the blue and the blue doesn't move with the red. Now, what I usually do, you hit hold down shift on your keyboard and select both of them, and then you do shift G and it groups it like this so you can move it around. That's what I do. So I'm just gonna undo that. But this guy's asking how to weld, so what you're gonna do, select red, select blue, and you're gonna go to this little chain, or hit F on your keyboard, and press welds to last, and it creates one weld. So now you can see these as separate parts, but when you move them, it still doesn't really move right, which is why I don't like welding. It just doesn't really work. I think the only time welding is useful, in my opinion, is when you have unanchored parts. Oh no, look, even then it doesn't work, so why would you want to weld, you know? So, honestly, if you want to weld parts together, I would just group them, like this. You can't see, and then select Shift G, and boom. That's how you should properly weld together parts. And like I said, welding doesn't even work on an elevator, so welding is pretty much useless. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments on that, but I'm pretty sure welding's just useless, so. Next question. Can you make a ventilation system? Now, I didn't really know what this guy meant, but I'm assuming he means using, like, custom doors and everything to make, like, openable vents, I'm pretty sure. That's what I infer from it. So, if you want to do that, for any reason, you could just do the same thing I have here. And instead of having a whole elevator, just make, like, a plate, and then, see the door? It doesn't matter where the door is. I could move the door across the planet, and it doesn't matter. If I put the door over there, oh, that's because it's welded, but you have to move that, and then I can move this elevator all the way over here. Doesn't really matter. As long as I move this so it locks in like that, it still works, see? So you could just, like, hide the door, like, above your map or under your map, and then have the ventilation system somewhere else, and then you can move these little buttons so that it opens the vents. I don't know if that's what you wanted, but I'm just gonna assume that's what you wanted. That was by fake Google Chrome. Alright. Next question. By Sniper Stickman 520. How do I build things? Like, add things into the game. So, what you could either do, you could go :presets, and you have all these nice presets that you could load in. So, let's do load props, and boom, you have all these props, and then you could do :b tools to get building tools and move them around. Like so. But if you want to start things from scratch, you press J, or go into this little plus right here, and you have all these parts that you could select, like, get a seat, and you could sit on it. You know, that's what a seat does, surprisingly. You could do a cylinder, which is this, like, pipe thing. I usually use it for pipes. You know, there's just a lot of, things you could do here. But that's the ways I add stuff into the game. You know, I have this, like, big generator here that you could use. Alright. Next question. Weld in mobile? No, you can't weld in mobile. Sorry. I have a problem when this is by Jacket Top -E Y5NL. I have a problem with the doors after I reload the map, welds are gone, and parts are anchored. So, SCPSL to prevent SCP roleplay to prevent servers from crashing people's devices. If you have an unanchored part and you save the map, it just automatically anchors them when it saves. It just makes it easier to store and everything too. So you can't really do anything about that. The weld thing, like I said before, welds are pretty much useless. Use groups, and groups shouldn't ungroup when you reload. I've seen it in the past where some elevators just like break when you reload. But if that happens, you could just do the thing where you move the door up and down, and it should relink all the stuff. If that doesn't work, you might have to remake it. I don't know, because I've never seen it just break and not be fixable. So, sorry that happened to you, but that's the way I fix it usually. This next comment is by BRUAH, brah. Can you make a carrier? So, I'm assuming that means, like, he wants me to make, like, a custom moving part that, like, carries you across. So that's pretty much just this, and then you just turn it sideways, the door, so the part moves sideways, and you relink it and everything, and it should work. So, let me do that real quick. So, I'll move it like so, and then I'll bring that back up to me. It's a little sideways, but that's alright. Shift T, move that so it relinks, and now if I hit this button up here, where's the button? Yeah, see, it moves sideways. And that's how you can make a carrier if you want. How do I make it go higher than that? By LUVMAT Suki. So, Love Matsuki, I don't know who that is. Whatever. So, all you do, you scale this door up. And then, you know, you relink it and everything. I don't know if you have to relink it, but I'm pretty sure you do. And then that could break like that. That's, because I kind of messed it up, but it still moves. And it'll move further and everything every time, so that's nice. And you know what? Something I didn't even realize before. If you have a part that's straight like this, and this is slanted, it doesn't mess up the way it moves straight. So if you want to make a cool carrier like that, go ahead, go crazy with it. Like I said, go crazy with it. That's all the comments that I've seen so far. If you have any questions, comment under this video. I'll make another video and everything. But, if you guys got some useful information from this video, please hit the subscribe button. Please. I just hit 100, so it would really help if I got more and everything. And, yeah. Have a good day, and, happy building.